Hello and welcome to my latest weekly video news from Madison's. Well, I do hope you all managed to get some time for reflection over the bank holiday weekend and a sense now that life will be turning maybe a little bit more to normal. Obviously very, very sad, and a huge well done to my husband and my eldest daughter Bella, who did queue for just over 12 hours to see her lying in state through the night, which I think deserves an extra special mention. So yeah, big well done. And we went up to look at the floral tributes actually on Saturday. It's absolutely beautiful, and yeah, how she was loved. So anyway, a lovely weekend, but obviously deeply, deeply sad. Anyway, this week, let's move back to the housing market. The Bank of England will be meeting on Thursday. They postponed their meeting of last week because of the events of the Queen. They're meeting this Thursday, and it is highly expected that they will raise interest rates by 0.5%, or base rate, sorry, by 0.5% again. So it went up in August from 1.25 to 1.75. It's expected to go up another 0.5%, so we'll settle at 2.25%. There are some members of the Monetary Committee who have been pushing for a higher amount of growth, and there are some amounts that are pushing for a lower amount. So some 1.75, some 1.25. But I think 0.5 will be where it will be. Why is that? Well, inflation actually wasn't so bad last month. It did tip down to 9.9%, so it came back down to single digits. Of course, we were expecting hideousness in October as the energy cap rose to 80%. But Liz Truss has announced that she will be freezing average bills at £2,500. So that will certainly have an impact. And also GDP, the growth, the amount of money that circulates in the economy, always a key sign of how healthy and happy we're all feeling. Just at a meagre 0.2% on a month-on-month basis, which is below Monetary Committee's expectations actually. So seeing slightly slower growth, not expecting stagnation, which is when you have a rising inflation with a negative growth environment. But I think it will tip quite down. I think because of that, we will see a rate of 0.5%. So more pain for mortgage people. What is that all doing to house prices? Well, house prices were running at about an 8 to 9% growth year on year. But interesting, if you look at the end of July figures, year on year, a whopping 13.8%. That's hugely distorted. So what happened obviously in the end of June last year was the big the stamp duty that had been the holiday that had been introduced, the really big one that was wound out at the end of June. So you had lots of people rushing to get deals over the line, and that meant increased growth in that 1 month alone as people furiously tried to take advantage of that stamp duty holiday. So you saw distorted growth if you take into account that month. If you look back to June on June, it was running at about 7.8%. So a bit of a distortion with house prices, but they're still showing a slight softening, I feel. We are getting offers slightly below asking price, having to work harder again to negotiate, feeling more like what an agent does do. Less sealed bids. I do hope someone's okay. Less sealed bids, less offers just coming in above asking, where you were kind of like, well, just going to accept really, aren't we? So getting back to good old estate agency negotiations with prices, they are a bit sensitive. Well, interesting report came out this week on the best places to work from home. And Lisbon in Portugal topped the bill. That was all to do with the speed of their broadband, their air connectivity and quality of life. Of course, it's a lovely part of the world to live in. Other popular places included Miami, then Dubai, the Algarve, Barbados and Barcelona. All of those places have a digital nomad visa program or equivalent, which basically means free movement of people to come and go into those areas and work. They all have great broadband, internet speeds, and they all have really good quality of life. So there you go. If you want to work from home and want to do it in one of the happiest places, maybe look at one of those. But if you want to stay closer to home, how about this lovely property that I have just launched on Frant Road? It's in an exceptionally private, tucked away location down the end of a long private drive, beautifully refurbished and extended by the current owners. A really stunning garden And a great annex could be the perfect work from home space if you want complete seclusion. Presented absolutely stunningly, moving condition, and on a guide of 1.55 million. Well, there's lots going on again this weekend. The Pantiles market is back. It's been suspended for the last 2 weekends. So I do hope you get a chance to get out and enjoy this lovely late summer weather we're having as we push into autumn. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.